Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh and this is Working Man Reads. Now, today I'm going to be reviewing an independently published book by Daniel J. Volpe, and that book is titled Talia. Now, definitely this has graphic in conversations in it and definitely scenes, and you should go into it kind of expecting that. Definitely understand that this is an extreme horror novel, and it hits the mark. So I did purchase a signed copy from Mr. Volpe, and so he says, "To Josh, thanks for the support of indie horror. Enjoy the bloody pages of Talia," and he signed it for me here. So here's the synopsis on the back. I'm going to give you kind of my thoughts, and then at the end I will read the synopsis for you guys. But overall, I did give this a 5 stars. It's like 4.5, and I always round up on Goodreads and Amazon. Just a reminder, everybody, if you're reading independently published horror, definitely go review it on Amazon as well as Goodreads. I know we all have our favorites. I kind of like Goodreads more than I don't really look up reviews on Amazon, but it does mean a lot to the authors. So, but I'm preaching to the choir. Most of you guys are booktubers that watch me anyways, but I did say that this is one of my favorite independent horror reads of 2021. This is also the first time I have read Volpe. The way he created this narrative is next level. I see why this author is respected in the extreme horror scene. He blows my mind with his depiction of small-town Midwestern girl moving to the big city for an opportunity in acting, only to have her dreams crushed by the industry. She does discover that maybe this acting thing in a traditional sense is not the way that her life is going to be going. She gets mixed up with this kind of mobsterish guy named Mike. And the main character's name is Talia, of course. And so he kind of just feeds off of the fact that this girl doesn't have a lot going on, and kind of starts to get his way. And so she gets sucked into basically doing adult films. It starts pretty docile, and the scariest part about this book is that this is kind of actually what happens in the adult industry. Is it actually has a very dark history, and there's a lot of young girls that are exploited, and not that that's not the point of this to take that from it, but I don't really know. Maybe the author agrees with me that that's kind of what I feel like he was touching on, is that, like, it is truthfully horrible. So the plot. This is an ultra sexual book. So if you do not like sexual content in your fiction, this is definitely not for you. There are multiple scenes of graphic sex. The main character is a young woman who is sucked into the industry in the 90s, underground porn shoots. Literally, they're using VHS tapes, which is awesome. The videos slowly escalate. The scenes are brutal and grotesque in every way. Yes, there's many moments in this book that'll keep you cringing and keep you kind of on the edge of your seat. It was funny, I was updating on Goodreads, and I kind of alluded to, or I was talking to Daniel J. Volpe on Instagram, and I was like, hey man, like, I have a feeling like the shit's about to hit the fan, and I was on like chapter 3 or 4, and he's like, yeah, it's about to get real. So I thought that was cool. Super awesome author too. Definitely reach out to him if you want to get a copy. Support the author directly. I think I paid $15 for this, but like on Amazon it's like 12 or 13. So, and you're supporting the author direct. So definitely reach out to him if you would like to grab a copy. Writing, Volpe writes graphic, depraved scenes in a way where it isn't forced. Every scene seemed like it drove the plot and wasn't there just for shock value. Although it should be noted, not everything in this book is for everyone. A negative of this book could be its sexuality, but it makes sense based on the main character being a porn star. I feel very strongly about that in extreme horror. I feel like the really good extreme horror authors, like Daniel J. Volpe and people like that I've started to read, the reason why those books are good is because the plot makes sense. I feel like if you're just writing graphic stuff just to write graphic stuff, that's fine. I get the splatterpunk. I get that that's a thing, and this could be considered splatterpunk, But I just feel like you gotta have a point to it. Sometimes, like, I read a book recently, and there's no point to it. It was just like, let's just talk about crazy shit. And I was like, okay, but I mean, I guess there's a place for it. Some people love that probably. I just like more depth a little bit. I want to see good writing. So horror 4.5 had me cringing. That's what I said. Some of the scenes cross lines for some people. For me, this was an outstanding extreme horror book and is perfect for lovers of the genre. So yeah, overall I gave it 4.5. Have you read this book by Daniel J. Volpe? Let me know down below. I feel like this might be the first video review for this book. I think most people read Billy Silver, which I did not. So I read this guy. I read this one first, which I like to be different here at Working Man Reads, as you know. So this is the synopsis on the back. In the early 1990s, the rising popularity of the video cassette gave birth to a seedy underground world of illicit pornography. Talia, a Midwestern dreamer, leaves her home in search of fame under the blinding Broadway lights, but nothing could have prepared her for what she finds instead: savage violence, bottomless depravity, and no way out. Talia will unapologetically drag you into the foul underbelly of society, a sanity-staining journey full of a hot bloodshed and betrayal. So, yeah, nice and fun. Quick little read. Outstanding cover. Daniel J. Volpe outdid himself. Talia, go pick it up now.